Good day everyone. Today we are going to discuss about graphical representation of data for quarter 4 of Mathematics 7. When data are presented as graph, they are easily interpreted and compared. As a consequence, data become more interesting to the readers. For ungroup data, frequency distribution can be presented graphically to give a better picture of the distribution. Some forms of graphs for ungroup frequency distribution are pie chart, bar graph, and we have the line graph. For group data rather, some forms of graphs for group frequency distribution are the histogram and the ogive. Now let's discuss the pie chart. A pie graph or a pie chart is another visual representation of data. It is used to show how all the parts of something are related to the whole. It is represented by a circle divided into slices or sectors of various sizes that show each part's relationship to the whole and to other parts of the circle. Now let's have an example. Example number 1. Construct a pie chart for the data given. We have here the favorite type of movie. We have here the type of movie, science fiction, comedy, action, drama, and romance. We have here the number of votes. Out of 20 people, only 1 voted for science fiction, 6 voted for comedy, 4 voted for action, 5 voted for drama, and 4 voted for romance. Now let's construct a pie chart for the data given. First, for our solution, we need to divide each value by the total and multiply by 100 to get a percent. Now we have here the favorite type of movie. So we can have here the percent of each vote. Type of movie, number of votes, and the percent. So we have here science fiction. Science fiction is 1. So the answer is 1 divided by the total, which is 20, times 100 is equal to 5%. The next one we have here comedy. Comedy has 6, so 6 divided by 20 times 100 is equal to 30%. Next one we also have action. Action is 4. That is 4 divided by 20 times 100 is equal to 20%. The next one we have drama. Drama has 5. So this is 5 divided by 20 times 100 is equal to 25%. The next one we have romance. Romance has 4, which is the same with action. That is 4 divided by 20 times 100 is equal to 20%. So if we add all of this, the total is 20
1 plus 6 is 7, plus 4 is 11, plus 5 is 16, plus 4 is 20. Here, 5 plus 30 is 35, plus 20 is 55, plus 25 is 80, plus 20 is 100%. So, after this one, we are to multiply each part by step number 2, multiply each part by 360 degrees to figure out the degrees each sector in the pie graph. Now let's go back. We have here the type of movie. You have the number of votes. You have the percent of each vote. And the degrees of each sector. So we have here science fiction is 1, that is 5%. In degrees of each sector, you are going to divide 1 over 20 times 360 degrees. That is 18 degrees. In comedy, we have 6, that is 30%. And 6 divided by 20, or what is that? 30% times 360 degrees is equal to 108 degrees. Now let's continue. We have here action. Action has 4, which is 20 degrees. That is 20% rather, times 360 degrees is equal to 72 degrees. The next one we have drama. Drama has 5, which is 25%, and 25% times 360 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. Romance, which is 4 times, which is also 20%. 20% times 360 degrees is equal to 72 degrees. Now, if we are going to add all of this, the total is 20, 100%. And we have here 18 plus 108, that is 126 plus 72, 198 plus 90, that is 196. Again, 18 plus 108 is 126. And 126 plus 72 is equal to 198. And 198 plus 90 is equal to 288. And 288 plus 72 is equal to 360. So therefore, this is 360 degrees. So we can now create a pie chart since we have divided each sector into degrees. So we need to use compass to draw the circle and a protractor to draw the pie slices or sectors. Okay. So from this, we can create a pie chart. Okay, for example, this is our pie. We need to create a title which is favorite type of movie. So let's assume that this is the center. For science fiction, we have 5% or 18 degrees. For example, from here to here, this is science fiction, which is 18 degrees or 5%. You need to use protractor in your case if you are going to create a pie chart. Next, we have the comedy. Comedy has 108 degrees. So let's say that comedy is 108 degrees. Okay, so this is comedy, which is 30% or 108 degrees. The next one, we have action. Action is 72 degrees or 20% of the pie chart. 20% or this is action. 20% or 72 degrees. The next one, we have the drama, which is 25% or 90 degrees. This is the drama, which is 25% or 90 degrees. And the last one, we have here romance. Romance, which is 20% or 72 degrees. This is now our pie chart. Okay. Now let's have example number 2. The amount of electricity used in a typical home is shown below. In a certain month, a home used 2,000 kilowatt hours. Use the graph to find the amount of electricity used with the following appliances. So we have here the stove, refrigerator, water heater, and air conditioner. So this is the pie chart. Now first one, we need to find the amount of electricity used by the stove. So we have here stove. We have here stove, which is 10%. So 10% of 2,000, since the kilowatt hour used is 2,000. So 10,000, the 10% of 10,000 can be solved using this. 10 divided by 100 times 2,000 is 200 kilowatt. So therefore, this is for the stove. Now let's proceed to the second one. The amount of electricity used by the refrigerator. So again, 15%, because the refrigerator is 15%, as we can see on the table, or the graph rather. So we have here the refrigerator, which is 15%. The air conditioner is 40%, and the water heater is 4%. So let's continue. So this is 4%. The water heater is 4%. And the air conditioner is 40%. So 15% of 2,000. Again, of 2,000, because the kilowatt used in a month is 2,000. So 15 divided by 100 times 2,000 is 300 kilowatt. So 15 The amount of electricity used by the refrigerator, 15 divided by 100. This is 0. 0. 100 times, 0 times 100 is 0. So this is 15. Add decimal. So bring down 0. 150 divide 100 is 1. 1 times 100 is 100. 100 minus 50 is 50. Add another 0. This is 5. 5 times 100 is 500. So 500 minus 500 is 0. So we have 0.15 times 2,000. Or 2,000 times 0.15 is the same. So we have here 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 0, 0, 5 times 2 is 10, 1 times 0, 1, 0, 0, and 2. We have 2 decimal places, therefore our answer is 1 plus 2 is 3 rather, so our answer is 300. So this is correct. Now let's solve for the amount of electricity used in water heater. So for water heater, we have 4 divided by, let's clean this one first. 4 divided by 100 cannot be, so this is 0. 0 times 100 is 0, so this is 4 and another 0. 40 divided 100 is 0 again because it cannot be divided. So 40 minus 0 is 40, add another 0. 400 divided 100 is 4. 100, 4 times 100 is 400, so we have 400 minus 400 is 0. So next, after dividing this, which results to 0.04, we need to multiply it to 2,000. So 2,000 times 0.04, we have 0, 0, 0, and 8, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Bring down 0, 0, 8. There are 2 decimal places, 1, 2. Therefore, our answer is 80. So this is correct. Next, now let's solve for the amount of electricity used by the air conditioner, which is 40% of 2,000. So 40 divided by 100 cannot be. 0 times 100 is 0, so that is 40. Add another 0, bring down 0. So 400 divided by 100 is 4. 4 times 100 is 400, so that is 0. So 40 divided 100 is equal to 0.4. You need to multiply 0.4 to 2,000, so that is 2,000 times 0.4. We have 0, 0, 0, 8, 0, 0, 0, 0. So the answer is 0, 0, 0, 8, 0. There is only one decimal place, this one. So from here, the answer is 800. So this is correct. That is how you look for the kilowatt per hour or the kilowatts used by each appliances. So our answer here for water heater, for stove and air conditioner, stove, water heater, refrigerator. So for air conditioner, we have 800 kilowatt. For the stove, we have 200 kilowatt. For water heater, we have 80 kilowatt. And for the refrigerator, we have 300 kilowatt. So that is the answer.
Now let's have example number 3. Justin tracked the time he spent on homework per subject during 1 week. Answer the questions based on the pie chart below. So we have here the pie chart. Now the first question we have here, which subject did Justin took the longest to accomplish his homework? From the pie chart, we can say that the longest or the biggest portion is the biology. Therefore, biology is the subject in which Justin took the longest to accomplish. So, the answer for letter A is biology. For B, what percentage of time did Justin spend on English and health homework? English and health. Percentage of time. So we have English and health. English is 15% and health is 10%. If we combine these two, 15% plus 10%, the total is 25%. Let's proceed to C. Which combination of subjects was more time-consuming for Justin? Is it the combination of history and physics or the combination of biology and art? Now let's go back here. History and physics, we have 22 and 11. 22 plus 11 is 33. While biology and art is 14 and 28. 14 and 28 is 42. Therefore, biology and art were time-consuming than history and physics. Now let's proceed to the fourth question. Question letter D. If Justin spent 100 minutes on homework, how many minutes were spent on English? Now let's see. English is 15%. Now 15% times 100 or 15% divided by 100 times 100 is 15 minutes. If we are going to use a calculator, 15 divided by 100 times 100 is equal to 15 minutes. Now let's proceed to bar graph. A bar graph uses rectangles or bars of uniform width to represent data, particularly the nominal or categorical type of data. The height of the rectangle denotes the frequency of the variable. There are two types of bar graph. The vertical bar graph, which is sometimes called a column chart, and the horizontal bar graph. A vertical bar graph is used to show the changes on the numerical value of a variable over a period of time. Take note, a bar graph can be simple or multiple. A simple bar graph represents only one unit. A multiple bar graph represents different units on the same diagram for comparison purposes. Now let's have example number.
Now let's proceed to the example for bar graph. We have here create a simple bar graph on the data about pet popularity shown below. So we have the type of pets. We have parrot, dog, cat, and there is only one parrot, 3 dogs, and 6 cats. So the solution we have here, step 1, decide on a title for your graph. So in our example, we are shown that this could be a title, pet popularity. So you need to write the title here, which is pet popularity. Step 2, draw vertical axis, y-axis, and horizontal axis. So that is shown here. So this is the y-axis or the vertical axis, and this one here is the x-axis. Now, step number 3, draw and label the axis. We have here the horizontal axis. So the horizontal axis, we can label this as type of pet. Now write the type of pets where the bars will be drawn. So we have here, we have parrot, dog, and cat. Now label the vertical axis as number of pets. So we can write here the number of pets. You can say this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Step number 6, decide on scale. Consider the list and the greatest number shown on the data. Draw a bar. Step 7, draw a bar to show the total for each item. So we have now here the number of pets, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be, or you can use 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Put it in. Now we have here the title, pet popularity, the type of pets. We have the parrot, the dog, and the cat, the number of pets. Now, in our parrot, we only have, in the table given, we only have 1 parrot, 3 dogs, and 6 cats. So we have here 1 parrot. This is 1, 3 dogs, and 6 cats. So this is now what your bar graph will look like if you followed all the instructions or the steps in how to make a bar graph. For example number 2, we have here Teacher Michelle conducted a survey on her grade 7 advisory class, which is grade 7 Begonia, about their mode of transportation in going to school. The results are shown in the table below. So we have here bicycle, motorcycle, tricycle, and car. Each bicycle got 3, motorcycle got 12, tricycle got 15, and car got 5. Now, for this solution, using vertical bar graph, this is now your title, student's mode of transportation. Now, on the other side, here, this is your frequency, meaning how many students use frequency, meaning how many students use that mode of transportation. Okay, now this is the mode of transportation. We have the bicycle, the motorcycle, the tricycle, and the car. For bicycle, we only have 3. So that is between 2 and 4. So this is 3. For motorcycle, we have 12. So this is 12. And for tricycle, this is 15, in between 14 and 16. And for car, we have 5, which is in between 4 and 6. So this is 5. So this is by showing in a vertical bar graph. But what if you are going to use horizontal bar graph? The same, what do you call this one? The same title, student's mode of transportation, but what they see here, mode of transportation and frequency is interchanged. Nabaylo sila. In vertical bar graph, mode of transportation is here on the x-axis, while the mode of transportation is on the y-axis. And we can show here that the car, we have here the frequency 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Same with the vertical bar graph. So for car, 5 students use. So that is between 4 and 6. So that is the car, which is 5. For tricycle, 15 students use this one. So that is in between 14 and 16. So this is 15. And for motorcycle, this is 12. And for bicycle, that is 5, in between of 2 and 3 rather. For bicycle, this is 3, in between 2 and 4. So this is your bar graph. The vertical bar graph and the horizontal bar graph.
Now let's have example number 3. Use the bar graph to answer each question. So we have here the bar graph. Favorite movie of students. Question number 1. Which movie receives exactly 5 votes? According to the bar graph, we have here Ice Age and Brave, which is close to 5. Ice Age is in between 4 and 6. Therefore, the answer is Ice Age. Since Ice Age receives exactly 5 votes. B. Which movie receives the fewest votes? So, sa bar graph, makita nato ang pinakagamay is Cars. So, Cars receives the fewest votes. Next question. What is the combined number of people who voted for Up and Brave? The, we have here Up, which is 10, and Brave is 6. So, therefore, the combined number of people who voted for Up and Brave is 16. Next, how many more votes did Spy Kids receive than Brave? So in Spy Kids, we have here 8. Brave is 2. So therefore, there are 2 more votes Spy Kids received than Brave. The last question we have here, what was the total number of votes of all movie titles? Okay, so the total number of votes of all movie title is 30 since we have Ice Age 5 plus 8 is 13 plus 10 is 23 plus 6 is 29 and Cars is 1. So therefore 29 plus 1 is 30. Now let's proceed to line graph. A line graph is used to represent changes in data over a period of time. Data like changes in temperature, income, population, and the like can be represented by a line graph. Data are represented by points and are joined by line segments. A line graph may be curved, broken, or straight. Generally, the horizontal axis is used as the time axis and vertical axis is used to show the changes in other quantity. Now let's proceed to have example number 1.
For the example for line graph, we have here Amber wanted to join in a 100-meter dash contest in her school. This is her. To track her performance, whether she's improving or not, her mother recorded her running time from Monday to Sunday as shown in the table below. Create a line graph on Amber's training. So this is the table of Amber's training for a week. We have here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with their corresponding time in seconds. So in Monday, Amber got 17 seconds, Tuesday 16 seconds, Wednesday 17, Thursday and Friday we have 16 seconds, Saturday 15, and on Sunday Amber got 14 seconds. Now for this solution, we use horizontal axis for the days and vertical axis for time in seconds. So it is shown here that the horizontal axis is for days. So we have here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, the vertical axis is time in seconds. So we have here 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. Now, on Amber's table, we have here Monday, which is 17. That is in between 16 and 18. So this is for Monday. The next one, on Tuesday, Amber got 16. So this is Tuesday. Wednesday, Amber got 17 again. And Thursday, Amber got 16. Also on Friday. And on Saturday, Amber got 15. And on Sunday, Amber got 14. So that is the line graph for Amber's training. So let's answer the questions. On which day is the fastest running time of Amber? As we can see on the table, the fastest running time of Amber is Sunday. Why? Because on Sunday, Amber got only 14 seconds, which is the fastest one.
Okay, now let's have example number 2. The graph below shows the amount of popcorn sold at a theater. So this is our graph. So use the graph to answer the following questions. First question, which day had the most popcorn sold? So the highest we have here is Tuesday, which is 500. Next, from Thursday to Friday, did the amount of popcorn sold increases or decreases? So from Thursday to Friday, ni-increase ba daw siya or ni-decrease? Therefore, as we can see in this graph, pasaka siya. So the amount of popcorn sold is increased. Next question. Were fewer buckets sold on Tuesday or on Thursday? Tuesday, we have here as the highest. And on Thursday, we have here as a low one. So therefore, we have Thursday as the day where there were fewer buckets sold. Now for the next question, we have here, what is the difference in the number of buckets sold on Wednesday and the number sold on Friday? On Wednesday we have here 400, and on Friday we have here 450. So the difference is 50 buckets. Last question, what is the total number of buckets sold? So from Monday to Saturday, the total number of buckets sold is 2,050. Since 300 plus 500 is 800, plus 400 is 1,200, plus 250, 1,450, plus 450, that is 1,900, plus 150 is 2,050. Now let's proceed to histogram. A histogram is a bar graph that shows the frequency of data that occur within a certain interval. In a histogram, the bars are always vertical. The width of each bar is based upon the size of the interval it represents, and there are no gaps between adjacent bars. Histograms have no gaps because, again, histograms have no gaps because their bases cover a continuous range of possible values. Now let's have example number 1. Use the graph below to answer the questions. So we have here the graph, the frequency distribution. We have here the number of people, and in this side here we have the age. Question number 1. Which age group has the most number of people? So as we can see, the highest one here we have is 21 to 30. Therefore, 21 to 30 is the age group that has the most number of people. Question number 2. Which age group has the least number of people? So by using the graph here, we can see that the age group 1 to 10 has the least number of people. Third question, how many people are in the age group 11 to 20? So 11 to 20, there are 25 people. Okay. Question number 4, how many people are in the age group 0 to 20? So from here, 0 to 20, you have 15 and 25. 15 and 25 is 40. So there are 40 people in the age group 0 to 20. The last question we have here, how many people are older than 30? So we have here the age group 31 to 40. This age group is older than 30 and they have 25 people. Now let's proceed to ogive. The ogive, also called the cumulative frequency graph or cumulative frequency curve, is a graph plotted from a cumulative frequency table.
For ogive, let us draw a cumulative frequency graph for a frequency table below. So we have here a table for length, which is in millimeters, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25, 26 to 30, 31 to 35, 36 to 40, and 41 to 45. Now, solution, we have here, we need to add class with 0 frequency before the first class and then find the upper class boundary for each class interval. So here, the length and the frequency is only copied on what is given above. So kung unsay naa dere, copy lang nato siya in the first two columns. Now we need to add 3 columns. We have the upper class boundary, the length, and the cumulative frequency. Upper class boundary, the length, and the cumulative frequency. Now, 6 to 10 is 0, 11 to 15 is 2, 16 to 20 is 4, 21 to 25 is 8, 26 to 30 is 14, 31 to 35 is 6, 36 to 40 is 4, 41 to 45 is 2. Ginakopy lang nato kung unsay given above, unsay given table. Diari. Okay. Now, kani si length and frequency, gikopy lang nato siya kung unsay given diari. Para makuha si upper class boundary, mao ni sila si upper class. Mao ni sila si upper class. Si upper class, need lang nato sila i-add og 0.5 para makuha ang upper class boundary. So, in this, kani siya, 6 to 10, the upper class boundary, 10 plus 0.5 is 10.5, 15 plus 0.5 is 15.5, 20 plus 0.5 is 20.5, 25 plus 0.5 is 25.5, 30 plus 0.5 is 30.5, 35 plus 0.5 is 35.5, and 40 plus 0.5 is 40.5, and 45 plus 0.5 is 45.5. Now, like, we can now assume nga ang length in millimeters is less than or equal to 10.5. Diari. Since this is the upper class boundary, mao man ni ang boundary nato 10.5. So that should be equal or less than. As well as sa uban, the length should be less than or equal to its upper class boundary. So kung unsay boundary ninyo, mao na siya, and the symbol should be less than or equal to. Cumulative frequency. What do you mean by cumulative frequency? So let's start from 0. Copy lang nato siya 0. 0 plus 2. Let's erase this first para dili kay libog. Kung unsay nadira, copy lang nimo siya 0. Cumulative meaning you are going to add the next one. 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. Plus, next is 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 8, that is 14. Plus, 14 plus 14 is 28. 28 plus 6 is 34. 34 plus 4 is 38. 38 plus 2 is 40. So we now have the cumulative frequency, which is 40 on the last one. And then plot the cumulative frequency against the upper class boundary of each interval and join the point with the smooth curve. So we have here now the ogive. So we have here the length and the frequency. 10.5, it occurs 0. 0 siya kaya yung frequency is 0. Wala siya ni occur here. 0. Now, the next one we have 15.5. 15.5 above, it occurs twice. So, there is siya sa 2. This is 1, this is 2. Linya siya. That is 2. 20.5 occurs 6 times. So, this is 6. Linya siya dira. 25.5 occurs 14 times. Nganong 14 man? As you can see, the cumulative frequency atong i-plot kani sila. Let's clean this first. Kung unsay naa sa cumulative frequency, maoy atong i-clean. Rather i-plot. So, let's go back. So, 14. See? 25.5. Here. Well, 30.5. This one. Naa siya diari. Na siya. That is 26, 27, 28. And 35.5 is 34. 40.5 is 38. While 45.5 is 40. So, kung unsay na sa cumulative frequency, diari, mo'y atong i-plot. Now, this is now an example of an ogive. Para maka-create ka og ogive, you need to first look for the cumulative frequency of each data given. So, this is now our ogive.
For your activity today, you may answer this one as your activity 1. Each of the following is the title for a graph. On a separate sheet of paper, indicate whether it is a bar graph, line graph, or pie chart that would best represent the data. So, you are going to identify what kind of chart or graph that would represent each data. Activity 2 we have here. Match the descriptions in column A with word or words being described in column B. Write the letter of your answer in a separate sheet of paper. So we have here some definitions or descriptions for column B. Activity 3, this is number 1. Answer the following questions based on given graphical representation of each data. So, for number 1, we have here a pie chart. Number 2, we have a bar graph. For number 3, we have line graph. And number 4, this is about histogram. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have learned something. And God bless everyone.